Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk from Los Angeles. The funniest thing just happened in the elevator. It was me and this really hot black dude who looked like Denzel. I had to do a double take. I'm sorry, I haven't had coffee yet. Denzel, are you standing in my elevator? Anyway, we're riding up the elevator together. Neither one of us saying anything. Probably because both of us have disgusting just woke up mouth. And the elevator opens and I go to get off the elevator and he goes, "Bye, Jersey." And I almost spit out my coffee. I go, "What?" He goes, we had Jersey Belle in Australia. He spoke with an Australian accent. He goes, "We had Jersey Belle in Australia. We love you. Aussies love you." I was like, "Bye, hot Australian Denzel." It was kind of epic. Who knew? Anyway, I went down this road last night I went to dinner last night with a young producing partner on my movie that we're going to start shooting this fall. And he's the youngest of the crew. Oh my God. Okay. So first we go to dinner. It's great. I've known this kid now a couple years and I call him a kid because I am legit 11 years older than him. I'm sorry. I know I'm not old per se, but he's 27. To me, that's a kid. It just is. It's a kid. So anyway, we come back to the hotel and we're talking. We're in the middle of a really good conversation. And the Andaz Hotel, where I always stay, hooks me up with this beautiful suite. They take such good care of me. So we're talking through the lobby and I'm like, "Come on, you have to check out this suite. It's awesome." So we're talking up in the elevator. We're talking in the hallway. We get into the room and I'm just talking. You know me. I'm just and then, whatever. I'm just talking. And I realize he's nervous. And I'm thinking in my head, why is he nervous? And then I realize, because, old lady, you've essentially asked him to come to your hotel room. And because I'm so far removed from that cool behavior, "Hey, want to come up and see my etchings?" I didn't even realize that it may look to someone else like I was asking him to come up and see my etchings, which I definitely was not doing. So I quickly tried to change the... Oh my God, Jamie. I quickly tried to change the conversation into something more appropriate. I don't even know. I'm like, "So tell me about your mom." He's like, "My mom? She's real Jewish." I'm like, "Great, go with that. Tell me more." Oh my God. So we start talking about marriage. And he's nervous because he's in my hotel room. And I'm nervous now because I know he's nervous because he's in my hotel room. And instead of just being "Listen, totally awkward. I'm an old lady. Get out of my hotel room," I start telling him things that he needs to ask a girl before they get married. And he was so listening to me in detail. He was like, "Yeah, that's a great point. I never would have thought of that." And the positive side of the mortifying story was that because he was nervous, he was channeling his energy into listening to what I was saying. So I had his attention. And he was actually listening to me when I said to him, there are things, because I said to him, "I have a girl I would like to introduce you to. Young, in your field, super cute, Jewish, lives in LA. I think you would really like her." And I showed him her picture and he made a typical 26, 28-year-old snide comment. And I said to him, "Listen, what you speak of will become so insignificant 10 years down the road that it almost makes me laugh, but at the same time kind of breaks my heart, because we all go through that place where we want an Adonis. We want the Denzel lookalike. We want whatever. The truth is this. When your significant other isn't doing their part, it doesn't matter what they look like. When your significant other is emotionally disconnected from you, it doesn't matter what they look like. When your significant other is sexting or flirting with another person outside your marriage, it doesn't matter what they look like. When you have a child that is challenging or has special needs or is going through a super hard time, it doesn't matter what your significant other looks like. None of these things matter. I have gone through, oh my God, last night's makeup is essentially destroying my eyes. Don't lecture me, I know. But by now, you know me, I sleep in my makeup. It's disgusting. I know. All right. Anyway, I was trying to explain to him, this is what I get for sleeping in my makeup, P.S. I was trying to explain to him that the things he thinks matters now will not matter. Now, I know I'm not going to change his mind, and I know that at 27, he can't possibly believe me. But I did open his eyes to certain things. I did say to him, the things you think are important, like what football team she likes, and whether she can fit into a size 2 or 4 jeans, none of those things matter. None. I legitimately was like super hot when Michael married me. I think I was. Okay, I'll say I was my hottest. All right, no, I was hotter at 21, but you know what I mean. When I was pregnant with Max, it literally looked like Freddy Krueger was trying to climb out of my girl bits. Story for another time. It's early. I don't want to upset anybody, but went through like a horrific vein situation. That man couldn't have loved me more. And I'll tell you, that was not what he signed up for. So it just goes to show you the things that you need to have, the conversations you need to have that our children who are getting married are not having, that we who are getting married, that we are who are married are not having, are if our child is born with special needs, what is your thoughts? What is your plans? Do you want to X, Y, and Z? If our child comes to us at 15 and says, Mom, Dad, I'm gay, don't wait for those things to happen so that you have to look at your significant other and go, what? No, I'm not doing that. I would never do that. Why would you even? And then you realize, oh, because we've never discussed it. We've never discussed it. Whatever the case may be, have the conversations. My children are 7, 6, and 4, and Michael and I have already talked about what we would do if Olivia came home pregnant as a teenager. Because if Max came to us and said he was gay, if one of them said they were depressed, if one of them decided they wanted to date outside their race, these are things that I have experienced, things that my husband maybe has not experienced, but I want to know who I'm laying in bed with. I want to know who is going to be there to react to my children, because let's face it, ladies, there are children. Anyway, so I'm telling him all this, and he's like, oh yeah, I never would have thought if my fictional 15-year-old came home and told me she was pregnant, I don't know what I would do. I go, see, these are the conversations you need to be having when you're on a date, not whether she can fit in a size 2 jeans, or if her nose is too big, or you don't like her bangs, or whatever. Anyway, it was a very funny story, but I learned something, he learned something, and you know, I feel like it's a win across the board. Michael called me this morning. Olivia has a fever. Shocker. It never fails. The second mom gets on a plane, somebody's sick. Every time. So he's off to the doctor, and I'm off to a day full of meetings that are going to be great today and tomorrow, and then home. I love you all today so much. So much. If you see me out in LA, say hello, give me a hug. I love you. Have a great day.